Woo-hoo. Hi, everybody. I know this is so weird. I'm not speaking with anybody. I'm in my apartment, but that big hello is for all of you guys out there watching. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is my very first webinar that I'm doing. I had this idea, and then my friends kept telling me, Heifer, when are you going to do this? So, I thought this would be a great way of reaching a whole bunch of people at once. And this is also going to be a big test run for me because part of my plan for the coming business year is to figure out how I can differentiate my streams of income without killing myself and physically working 9,000 hours. So I would love to hear your feedback during and after this. Just to go through a few tests. Well, number one, here's my cocktail. Number two, if you can hear me all right and see me, if you can please type something in the chat box so I know that that works. Take a second. I'm going to sip my drink. Oh, she's leaving. Loving all. Oh, hey guys. Hi, Jillian and Courtney. Oh, she sees me too. You know, it's always, this is so funny because anytime there's some kind of new project, even if it's like technology based or if it's not, it's just exciting when it actually works. And I tested this with my friend last night, so I wasn't expecting anything crazy, but it's still just really nice to know, like, I can set this up because I'm a big girl too. So as we are waiting for the next couple people, I'm sure I'll be getting a phone call from my mom about how to join and what's going on. If anybody out there wants to just introduce themselves in that chat box, say where they're from. A little bit about me. My name is Roz the Diva, or Roslyn as the government knows me. And I have been in the fitness industry as a professional for the last 4.5 years. I started out as a part-time teacher of pole dancing, woo, 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 woo. And now I moved on to full-time ventures with including pole classes, general conditioning classes, as well as personal training, which I love, love, love to do. So that's my background, and one of the reasons why I wanted to host this specific webinar about guilt and about shame and what it has to do with going to the gym is because I get questions on a regular basis. And the questions are less about how to work out, what to do, but it's more of, I need Roz's blessing. I need the blessing. I have to tell you about all these sins that I've created, and I haven't been to the gym in this long, and I want to do this, but I can't do it, and I'm too old, and I'm too fat, and I'm too poor, and all of this stuff. So I just wanted to have a fun, easy place where, one, you don't have to wear a bra to hear the answer, and number two, so everybody can kind of air out some of their grievances. But most importantly, I can tell you some of my surefire tips that have personally helped me get over my own gym guilt and things that I've worked with my clients and with some of my other students. And this, ooh, yes, we're not needing a bra, Courtney. What? I just knew I was gonna forget, and I was gonna end up just flapping in the wind today. But I remembered the last minute. So we'll give it 1 or 2 more minutes. I see we have a whole bunch of other visitors. I see we got, hey, Michelle. Hi, Bob Jones. And all of you alien-looking figures here. Hey. Oh, hey, Bob. Let's see. Oh, Stacy, my girl. Good to see you here. Alyssa, of course. The squad is all here, the family. Oh, hey, what am I drinking? Oh, my gosh. How can I not tell you? Let's talk about blueberry mash. Mash, first of all, is like a better soda, if I could describe it. This particular flavor is pomegranate blueberry, and of course, there is, oh, well, I finished it. I have some white whiskey that's in here, of course. So I encourage all of you at some point, if your drink runs out, please fix it. Okay, I got enough ice in here for the whole show. So, all right. What do you say we get started, guys? Ow. So, just a quick welcome. Oh, I see more visitors. This is so exciting. So, welcome to everybody who's just joining. My name is Roz the Diva. Hopefully, you already know that, but if you don't, welcome to Team Diva. I am a NASM certified personal trainer, which means my certification was expensive, so I'm good at what I do. I also teach pole dancing classes. I have a ton of experience working with plus size women, but Team Diva is for everybody. So the things that I'm going to speak about, maybe not everything might super hit home for you, but I wanted to. I'm going to go through with 4 tips that are going to help you kick guilt and shame to the side so you can actually get to your fitness goals. Also, we got this cool, oh, hey, Amy. Oh, drink my water. Yep, Michelle, I'm on that. I'm on that with you. Not now, but later. So this chat box that I keep referring to, this is where I want you guys to throw in some questions. I'm going to go through my points first, and then we're going to go through, and I really want to open up the discussion and hear whatever you guys have to say. I'm sure this goes without saying, but just in case, no shade and don't get crazy here. Okay, this is 100% positive, encouraging. If you've never been to the gym, if you have no idea what's going on, that's absolutely fine. You are 100% welcome. The purpose of this group and this talk right now is to help you become a part of the fitness culture and not feel like you're always on the outside looking in. So with that, let's jump right in. So first things first, guilt and shame at the gym. I can't tell you how many hundreds and thousands of stories that I have read about people who want to be a part of the fitness culture. They want to get in shape. They want to feel good about themselves, but there's something holding them back. More often than not, there's a few somethings holding them back. A lot of our guilt and our shame with gym can originate in childhood. And not to get too Dr. Phil, Oprah, Freud on you, but I don't know if anybody out there besides me, but I certainly have felt like the fat kid in gym syndrome. And I think you guys know what I mean, like the kid that gets picked for everything last. You can't run fast. You can, throw the ball very hard and all that sort of stuff. That stuff really stays with you. And it's kind of surprising, but even as an adult, you'd be surprised how many people are slightly traumatized from some shit that happened in 6th grade dodgeball. No shade or anything towards those people, because like I said, I'm definitely one of them. But I think that's a huge source of looking at why people feel guilty about it. And it's also similar to some kind of shame and guilt that people feel that they know they need to go to the doctor and they know something's not right and they need help, but they're embarrassed to go see the doctor because their body isn't perfect or something is awkward or they don't know how to describe what's going on and how they feel. How ironic is that? Is you are afraid to heal because you're embarrassed to admit an issue. So take that, let that sink in for a second. That's sort of where I'm coming from and where so many people are coming from. So now that we have talked about where some of these origins of guilt and shame have come from, let's kick its ass. Number 1, and this is the most important point, is if you are embarrassed about the way you look when you go to the gym or how others will perceive you and if they will mock you in a gym or fitness environment, I want you to ask yourself, who is paying your damn rent? And I mean that in the metaphorical and the emotional sense. Everybody, of course, has got some degree of, oh crap, do I I don't want to look stupid when I walk into a gym and everybody else looks perfect and I'm the odd one out. And in a lot of the cases with my clients, I feel huge compared to these very slender bodies around me. How on earth can I walk in and get on the same treadmill as someone who is half my size, half my age, and is doing this and they're running perfectly, and I'm just struggling to take a walk? Your concerns are very real and very valid. So my advice is not to ignore those feelings. It is, however, to keep them in check. Are those people, everybody else on the treadmill, are they paying your damn rent? No. Do they put air in your lungs? Are they going to work, going to school for you, making sure your bills are paid, making sure that you're a great husband, wife, girlfriend, partner, whatever? Hell no. The only person whose opinions should truly dictate your actions is yourself. I apologize. I don't know if that was proper grammar. That was a long sentence. But you get the point in that it is not someone else's workout. This is about you. If I were to let other people's opinions dictate my health habits and therefore now my career, I would be broke, miserable, crying in my parents' basement. Literally, that's actually not that far off of reality of how it would go. So ask yourself, how much do they really matter? Now, a second part of this point of who pays your damn rent, and that's who matters, is whose opinion matters, is a lot of this judgment and shame can come from inside you. mm, mm. Jesus. One more time. So much of this perceived guilt comes from inside of us. We are attacking our damn selves. I have said some of the worst, most cruel things I have ever heard someone call another human being to myself. I'm far less worried about if someone's going to come up to me and just say, you know what, you're a fat bitch, get out. It's happened, but nothing has been worse than what I've called myself. And what I want you to then think about is not only who is paying your rent, but who is making the decision within you to not start a fitness routine or to hold you back from greatness. Is it you, the grown-ass human being who really wants to make a change and who wants to be great and be fit and be healthy? Or are you letting the shame and embarrassment of that sixth grader who didn't make dodgeball and who get worse, not like you didn't make the dodgeball team, but you kept getting pelted with balls everywhere? Are you gonna let that sixth grader make choices for your adult self? Or are you going to acknowledge the feelings that inner hurt sixth grader is still there, but still make changes in your adult 2015 life? This is such an important point, and this is exactly why I want to start off with this, is because you have got to think about who pays your rent. That's who matters right now. Not anybody else on the treadmill, not any other trainer besides me, not that shy sixth grader who can't run fast. You, the adult version of you right now. That's the person whose opinions matter, and that's who you should be listening to. Fantastic. Before I go on, I want to check to see if we've got any comments. Oh, questions, yes. Love this. Preach. I know that's right. Amen. I like those rules. I like the, you know what? These rules do apply in general. Hey, Gina, I'm talking to you right now. Now, this rule of who pays your damn rent, you can take this in any context. I just happen to be talking about, excuse me, I happen to be talking about the gym right now, but my goodness gracious, I could take this in 8 million different directions. So this is awesome, guys. Keep these questions and comments coming. All right, and also, I've got my handy dandy notebook right here. So also part of this, what I'm doing right now is experiment. I'm still practicing and figuring out how I want to present these things as a public speaker and what I can do in the future, because my goal is to start charging for these. But you guys are smart because you're here for free. So if you see me look down occasionally or read something, that's what I'm going to my notes. Number 2, let's think about the reality of the situation and face it. What is the absolute worst that happens if you go into a gym, go into a fitness place, and you feel overwhelmed? Your guilt and your shame tells you that your mother's never going to talk to you again, that you don't belong anywhere, that you're going to go to jail for 365 days, and you're never going to have another date in your life. And worst of all, you're not going to deserve any more happy hour drinks. Calm down. The reality of the situation is, yeah, you're going to look awkward. You may feel that everyone's going to be up your ass and assuming, who is this and why is she here? But the truth is, they're trying to figure out what the hell they're doing too. And from the trainer's perspective, when I look around the gym, the regular workout floor in the class, most people are a hot ass mess. Let me say that one more time. The majority of people who are at the gym are a hot ass mess. Those people who you think are judging you, and who honestly, they might be. I'm not saying that people are not gonna not look at you and think, what the hell are you doing here? Yeah, but a lot of the time it's those same people who they spend hours upon hours upon hours at the gym. They don't see results. They don't understand why. Or worse, they do an exercise repeatedly incorrectly, and therefore they end up injured and they take themselves out the game. So again, the reality is that, yeah, you're gonna look and feel awkward. It's gonna be uncomfortable. You've got to start thinking about the idea of being uncomfortable. This does not mean that the gym is going to constantly be a place of struggle, of hate, of, man, I can't stand going there. I just feel terrible. I want that to be the complete opposite of your fitness experience. So this isn't going to be the rest of your life of being awkward and not knowing what's going on. But you really got to think, if what you are currently doing right now, whatever your fitness and health regimen is, obviously something needs tweaking if you're looking to change that. If it is not giving you the desired results that you're looking for, you've either got to change your expectations or change up what you're doing. I don't know about you guys, taking this example outside of the gym, how many people aced every high school or college class that they took? Yeah, no, nobody did. Even if you did very, very, very well in those classes, you had to open a textbook. You had to write a paper. You had to learn. You had to get to that point. You had to look, I don't know, and I don't understand, right in the face. And you did not back down. This relates to the first point of asking yourself, what is making you back down? Is it shame and is it guilt? And are those actual people? Are they money? Who can you look at shame in the face and guilt? For the most part, you can't. I understand on a deeper psychological level, some people, when you see yourself, this is what you feel you embody. But I want you to think about the difference between who you are as a person, as an adult, and a feeling. You are not your feelings. You have feelings. They do not dictate your worth as an athlete. Take a sip on that one. Take a look at some of these comments. From Amy McGee. Hey, Amy. Pushing yourself too hard because you think people are watching is also a good way to get injured. Oh, Jesus. Let's talk about this. So this isn't one of my 4 points, but this is definitely goes along with guilt and shame and making stupid decisions based on people's imaginaries opinions of you. On the complete opposite end, for those people who feel they can't get started, are people like me who go so hard because you've got to make varsity tennis in the morning, and if not, your dad's gonna kick you out of the house. So you do 97 classes a day, and you eat nothing but chia seeds and lemon pepper water because you've got to be Jillian Michaels. Because if you're not, you don't count, boo. If you don't go to the gym for less than 2 hours a day, you don't count. If you don't lift under 100 pounds at a time, you don't count. Nah, son, you count. God damn, you're exhausting. You're absolutely exhausting. You cannot let bravado and your ego actively make your decisions for you. Now, they absolutely will have an influence over your decisions, but should they dictate? They should not dictate. Cool, let's see some of these other comments here. Ooh, from Bob Jones. I felt good about going to the gym early on, but then I started to feel like I wasn't seeing results. What are some of the things I can do to get over that hump, that wall, that roadblock? Man, oh man, oh man. Bob Jones, by the way, of Paul Carter. Hey. That question is probably the second biggest thing that I hear all the time. It's, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. Roz, I'm not listening to the bullshit, and I'm in the gym busting my ass. I have chia seeds, but then I also have I have cheeseburger sometimes, but I have the carbs, I've got the fiber, I've got the vitamins, the water. What gives? Your body has got to be surprised for it to change. If your body knows what to expect every day, every time you walk into the gym, everything you put into your mouth, then it's not going to change after a while. You've adapted to that, but adapted to the point where your body's like, been there, done that, I ain't moving on. So think about that. And it goes back to the same feeling for my newbie gym rats of you've got to get comfortable, or at least not comfortable, but don't back down from the reality of feeling awkward as shit. That's just gonna happen. I will talk more about that a little later on because that's a whole nother thing, but it's a great topic. So let's see. Ooh, not lemon pepper water. Nope, Courtney. We know damn sure this isn't lemon pepper water. But how many of you have heard that? Those crazy ass juice cleanse body soap diet. Fuck up, I can't. How often do you suggest changing up the workout? Michelle, this is another fantastic question. Goes right along there with Bob Jones / Paul Carter. And I'm actually going to take that as a bonus segment after I go through some more of my points. So let me hit this third point here. But keep these coming, guys. I love this. This is exactly what I was envisioning. So I feel great right now. My third point is you need to actively seek out the positives. One more time. My third way to push guilt and shame to the side is that you've got to actively seek out positivity. We, and especially women, but this counts for men as well, are so good at digging up bullshit. We can convince ourselves that Martians are going to rain down from the sky on evil, dark unicorns, and they're going to slap all the glitter out of your face just because you're alive. We convince ourselves that everybody is watching us, and everybody is judging, and everyone hates us. No one gives that much of a shit about you, is the truth of that. Now, let's look at the reality. If you take a gym of, let's say, 50 people, and you walk in there, let's say there are 3 to 4 people who do throw you shade, which might happen. We could think about those 3 or 4 people throwing shade, or we could look at the 46 other people who don't give a damn because they, just like you, are just trying not to die on that treadmill. So one more time, you could focus and become obsessed with 3 or 4 people, which counts to be on the higher end 8%, and you're ignoring the 92% of people who are just like you, there to get it on and pop it. Another example of finding the positives is within yourself. I love doing shout outs at the end of all my pole classes, and I definitely want to start doing more of them at the classes that I teach at Crunch. These shout outs are, someone tell me a fitness related victory that you've had lately. One of the most common things is people like, I showed up. I just plain showed up. It wasn't that I did my 50th birthday. It wasn't that I lifted all this weight. It's that I got my ass off the couch and I went to the gym. And guess what? That deserves to be celebrated. So once again, I'm not asking you to pretend that the negative feelings don't exist and that they're not valid. They absolutely are valid. But you've got to make room for positivity. The energy that you put out is the same energy that you're going to get in. So if you give out the vibe of don't talk to me, oh my God, I'm scared, oh my God, I'm terrible, then you're gonna receive people looking at you because they're like, why is she working out like this? That's so weird. How, what, boo-boo. Make room for the positivity. You have got to do that. My fourth point. Oh wait, time out. Actually, I think I see something cute. Michelle has brought up an incredibly true thing. I've noticed we tend to be our worst critics. Holy shit. You ain't never lied in your whole life, Michelle. We are absolutely our worst critics. 9 times out of 10, we are our worst critics. And just like she said too, is that negativity is dead weight. And sometimes you don't realize how much of this dead weight you're honestly holding on to until you let it go. And when you let it go, the heavens open. Those ugly, dark Martian aliens that came on the angry unicorns, those unicorns are happy. You see, they're not angry. They're just wearing black glitter. Black glitter is awesome. You thought they were mad. They were just hungry. So now the unicorns, they have to give them a snack, give them a cocktail. Oh my goodness. You've got to make room for positivity, especially when it's 92% of your existence. The last of my 4 points that I would like to make is you need to ask for help. And this goes back to my example of feeling sick, feeling like something is wrong in your body, but being too embarrassed to go to the doctor to actually fix it. Homie, that doesn't make any sense. If you're nervous about going into the gym because you don't know how to use some of the basic machines, you don't know what muscles are supposed to feel something, hell, you can't even identify what muscles are. Get help. Now, at most gyms, there are a plethora of annoying trainers who are trying to get your money and trying to get you to buy sessions, and they will try anything. Yeah, those people are annoying. They come up to me too, which I find so funny and hilarious because I let them go through their spiel. I'm like, I'm one of you, but thanks. Take advantage of that. Even if you have no interest in purchasing a session, if they offer to help you stretch, if they say, hey, let me get you a towel, you want some water? How do your hamstrings feel? What's good with the quads? What's good with the rectus abdominis, son? Let them, absolutely let them help you. And I know some of you may feel that's a little bit awkward because you might feel obligated to purchase something or to give them money afterwards. You don't, no. Training is a numbers game. And I say this because as a trainer, well, number one, I don't do that. I don't floor recruit because that's just so annoying. But we don't expect every client to spend $9,000 on us after the first conversation. When it happens, oh, we're jumping for joy. But the reality is that this is a numbers game. And if they're a bomb-ass trainer, they're going to be genuinely interested in you and making sure what you're doing is correct more than they do your money. That's a sign of someone who loves their job, because they don't care what you buy afterwards. They want to make sure that your knees are in the correct alignment when you do a squat, so that way you don't go home and your kneecaps are shot and your lower back doesn't exist. So that's one person who can help you. Now, if, let's say, you do got a couple of extra dollars in your pocket, get a trainer even for 3 sessions. A personal trainer is going to take all of that bullshit that someone told you over the internet about what works at the gym and what you have to do, and they're going to most likely ignore it, and they're going to tell you things based on science and experience and intelligence, and not on Google and Wikipedia. If you don't know how to use a machine at the gym, ask. It is so worth it. Even if your sessions are, some can easily be $100, if not way more than that. Spend that $100, even if it's just once, so you learn how to use the tools in front of you. There's nothing wrong with admitting you're not sure. That's why we are here, is because you're not sure. You don't do open heart surgery on yourself. No, you go to someone who went to school for that. Someone who's trusted, whose skills have come from somewhere other than the depths of internet hell. So, ask for help. Now, if you are a gym class junkie like me, you may feel that there's not enough time or an appropriate time during a class to ask a question, especially if it's a big class. There are some classes I've taught 3 or 4 people. I've also had 50 something in the same room at the same time. Come a little bit early, stay a little bit late. Whatever you need to do to make that personal connection with a teacher makes a huge difference. As a teacher, if I have someone who says literally just like, it's my first time, I don't really know what's going on, my reaction is not, well, what the hell are you doing here? My reaction is, oh shit, I got some new blood today. I can't wait to break them in. And since you're on my radar, I'm going to pay attention to make sure that you're not floundering away off on cloud 9 somewhere, but you are doing what you're supposed to. And if you're concerned about being embarrassed in front of the teacher, don't do it. If a teacher makes you feel embarrassed for some reason, bye, Felicia. That's crazy. That is not a reflection on you. That is because they need to get their shit together. If you ever make a client feel like less than, you got problems as a professional. But don't continue to do the wrong thing and to feel confused when there are tools out there that are trying to help you. They're trying to break through that confusion. And it's okay to admit you don't know. It is so okay to admit you don't know. As a trainer, if someone comes to me and says, Roz, I want to pole for the rest of my life, I can tell them everything they need to do. If they say, Roz, I want to lose weight by running, I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing for you, boo. So if you haven't found the right professional to help you, the right doctor, the right coach or whatever, keep trying. Don't base your entire opinion on trainers and on teachers and the class environment based on 1 or 2 negative experiences, because a lot of people really thrive in a supportive environment where you feel valued. Also, besides the people at the gym being a part of your help team, you need a squad, okay? And I'm not talking about the professionals. I'm talking about you need that one person who you guys are going to have the most amazing cheat meal of your whole life when it's time to indulge. And I'm not talking the one that's like, oh, I'm going to get cheese on my burger. No, I want the friend that's going to get the cheese and the bacon and get the Oreos blended into the milkshake to go along with the bacon cheeseburger. That's the kind of friends you need, okay, to balance all this other healthy shit out. You also need, when you are exhausted and you come home from your workout, ideally, you need someone to soothe your muscles. You need someone to tell you, you look so gorgeous, so handsome in your sweatiest, nastiest old gym t-shirts. You need that cheerleader that come hell or high water. Oh, you're getting compliments. Even if the compliment was, I'm so excited you're sticking with this, you went to the gym, awesome job, boo. What's good? That is so important to have. And then you also need that friend that's a slight asshole. So when you and that cheat meal friend want to do some wild shit you're not supposed to, want to skip the gym a little bit often, you want to give yourself a couple of bonus calories on MyFitnessPal, that's all right. But if that is not helping you get towards your goals, you need that asshole friend who is going to throw you shade, the good kind of shade, like Roz, pancakes, again. Okay? All I need is just 1 or 2 people And sometimes now I don't even have to tell these people what I'm doing. I envision myself. Can I look at my friends Tanya, Aditi, and Nicole? We're all other trainers, by the way. Can I text them and say, man, about not working out for 3 weeks? That's all right once a year. But if I then complain about staying the same physically and mentally and not making any changes, and I keep not working out, they're gonna be like, bitch, I don't listen to you. Stop it. Get your shit together and come and work out the gym. P.S. I don't want to work out with them because those three are crazy. I like them. They're my friends. I can say that. Shit. They're a little scary. So, quick recap. My 4 ways to push back guilt and shame, and then I'm going to look at some of these questions and comments. Number 1, ask yourself who is paying your rent, metaphorically and really. That is the person who gets to make decisions whether or not you deserve to be at the gym. Number 2, you've got to face the reality that you're going to be uncomfortable. It's not forever. It's just temporary. Number 3, find and make room for the positives. 8% of the people at the gym suck. 92% are badass, just like you. Last but not least, sorry. So I got excited for a second because Bob Jones was like, ooh, can you repeat number 2 like 1,000 times? Yes, I will, don't worry. And the last point is to ask for help and to get a squad to help you. Your squad needs to include a fitness professional, me. It needs to include, for some of you, a health professional as well if you've got some special concerns. It's got to have the cheat meal friend. It's got to have the asshole friend. And it's the you're beautiful no matter what person. So those are my top 4 ways right there. And just for Bob Jones, number 2, again, is the reality is that you are going to look and feel a little stupid. But guess what? The world is going to keep turning. Satan is not going to come over here and steal my Jack Daniels. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. That's not happening. The world will continue. Your life will go on, even if you look a little dumb. And if you look dumb because you don't know what's going on, that's why you get help. So, there's been so much good stuff going on in this comment section. I want to come and take a look at this. Ooh, excuse me. From Courtney Marshall. Exactly. When I saw the people stand in the back of Zumba class because they were embarrassed, I made it my mission to stand in the back with funny shirts and make the back row the best row. Praise Jesus, Courtney Marshall. Now, this is a bonus thing. I want everyone on here, whoever is already a gym rat, who's pushed past these things that I've spoken about, it is your job to reach down, give your hand out to someone, and help pull them past all this guilt and all the shame that happens. That is so awesome of you, Courtney, that you go where you feel, or not where you feel. Let me start over. That's so great that you make an effort to reach out to others. And this is actually a bonus 5th point that I was thinking about, is you can't feel embarrassed and stupid for yourself if you're too busy well-wishing other people. If you are helping those around you, and I'm not talking about giving advice at the gym because nothing is the worse than unsolicited gym advice. My God. But doing unspoken things like this, being a goddamn fool in the back of class so not everybody else feels stupid and embarrassed, that's how you build a squad out there. And for any of my teachers, I know we've got a couple of pole people and otherwise, this is also your job, is to set the tone in the beginning of your class and all throughout class that you're doing this together. One thing that has really made a difference in my classes in the last few months is I've given people permission to screw up. I'm talking, especially in pole. I'm talking about we're trying a new move. No one knows what the hell's going on. I barely know what the hell I'm doing sometimes. I give everyone permission to look stupid, to just try it. Just absolutely do that shit. So much happens. What happens, teachers, is that when you take that element of shame away from people, then they're gonna try because they're not worried anymore. They don't worry as much about looking dumb because I just said everyone's gonna look dumb. And as a teacher, I am the biggest fool in class. My jokes are corny and lame and played out, but you can't be more lame and played out and cornball than me. So you won as a student. And every class I teach, halfway through, and then again at the end, I say, everybody stop, go to someone you've never met, introduce your name, and give them a high five and say, you a bad mother, shut your mouth. Yes, it freaks people out because they're not used to talking to people at the gym and they forget the English language. And I have to tell them, yes, go up to a person, introduce your name, what happened on your birth certificate, and say, hi, you're doing a good job. Man, isn't that fun? Also, I tell people to give each other compliments. Sometimes it's not just your bam mother shut your mouth, but I say give a muscle compliment. Like, hey Roz, you see this trap? The trap is sick in a good way, son. And guess what? I'm gonna leave class. I don't care how many times I screwed up. I know my trap is cute, and I just feel too good about myself. And you also don't feel like you're alone. Oh man, so, so, so important. Paying it forward, being of service. Yes. Oh, Courtney, you're right. Hey, I like your shoes. Man, I'm in the middle of class and I'm like, 8, 7, 6. Oh, look at those shorts. I do that all the time. Amy McGee, that is why I love working at a pole studio. I get a chance to help other people feel accepted like people did for me. If you let people in that genuinely want to help you and that are good and they're kind-hearted, they are going to help pull you through that guilt and that shame a lot faster than if you try to do this by yourself. So that is incredible. Such a great point, Amy. And this is something that happens in, I'm sure, across all sports, but particularly in pole dancing. Man, you have got to, if you are a veteran, it should be an unspoken rule that you unofficially adopt a newbie for class. And you make sure he or she feels welcome the same way that someone did that for you. And if nobody did that for you, start the damn trend. Alyssa, the permission to screw up is so freeing. Holy crap. Yes, it is so freeing. I had to give permission to myself as the instructor to do that. If I'm teaching something, if I am sweaty as all hell, slide down the pole, shit. I could sit there and be embarrassed for the rest of the 90 minutes, or I could say, hey, these warriors are counting on me to be a leader right now. And so I've got to show them it's okay to screw up, that I, as your leader, will survive my own mistakes. Therefore, my students, my warriors, can see that yes, they too can survive their own mistakes. And any teacher who makes you feel less than or throws you unnecessary shade, maybe they don't need to be your teacher. Maybe that's not where you belong. Now, some people, I understand, they respond really well to that drill sergeant style, and that's cool. And in that case, that's not shade. That's what moves you. So find what motivation, how someone can speak and approach and teach you in a way that's not condescending, but gets you excited about trying the next thing. All right, these comments, I love it. Michelle, again, something that little can pick up a person from the darkest place. I remember one of my times where I was personally feeling like complete shit was when it was still very early, first year of my pole career, and when I started taking advanced pole classes, I was the biggest one in the room. I was still way too scared to take off my tank top. Times changed. And I was struggle bus city. I was at least twice the size as almost everybody else in class. They're running around sports bras and booty shorts. And then here is this dark, fat girl and just trying to not cry during class. That's how embarrassed I felt. And this is not an exaggeration just to make this webinar good. I felt like shit a lot of times at this class. And I felt like I also wasn't one of the cool kids. And it's not because other people were mean to me. I was just so embarrassed and I think I was good enough as everyone else. So I was friendly, but I wasn't necessarily going out to make friends in class until this other chick who, she was half my size and she was also doing way more advanced moves. She comes up to me out of the blue and her name happened to be Leanne Tall. And she said, "Hey, Roz," and I didn't even know she knew my name. So I was like, "What?" Leanne said, "I just want to let you know I think you look wonderful." And 8 years later, not only do I still remember that, but Leanne's now actually my boss at the physically largest pole and aerial studio in the entire universe. Leanne is my homie. I damn sure know her name now. Hers and so many others. So you're so right about those little things. And now, just to be clear, when you're giving these small comments, try to make them general in the sense that they're not necessarily physical or weight related. Because, and this is a whole other webinar, sometimes people think, "Oh man, let me tell you, you're slimming down, you look great." And for the most part, people are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, it's noticeable, that's so great." But sometimes weight is an extremely sensitive topic. So try and stay away from topics and compliments that could potentially bring up a whole bunch of stuff, but stick to, "Dude, I like your style. Those sneakers, that outfit, stick to that stuff. It's gonna be just as awesome, and you're still gonna get that same result that you're looking for." So Gina Martin, I will be channeling your advice the next workout I have where I'm doing cable pull-throughs. It's hard not to giggle at the spectacle and feel like I'm creating a hostile environment for the guys working out nearby. Man, nothing makes you feel more badass than when you are educated about what you're doing and you're doing it well. When you've got that education, that confidence that you can walk into the weight section, one with all the meatheads, drink the protein shakes 24/7. Even if you pick up a 10-pound weight, if you do it right, you walk in there like you own that shit. And for my gentlemen who are also watching, I don't have personal experience with male body dysmorphia, but I absolutely understand if it's really intimidating when you go and see some dude who's like this and looks like he literally eats a tree for dinner, and you're like, "I can't compete with that." No one's asking you to compete. Just like I'm not asking you to perform a repetition perfectly, you don't need to compete with others. All you need to do is make sure your rent is paid and your squad knows what's good. So let's see. Oh, yay. We can change gym culture. This is so empowering. Thank you, Courtney. That's what I want to do. A lot of this positivity stuff, I'm not the first person to bring up these points. I didn't suddenly invent the idea of getting a squad and asking for help at the gym. What I want to do is make this the norm and not the exception to the rule. And let's see here. Michelle, again, positivity is a movement. If we as individuals push it, it will spread faster than the negative. Damn right, son. Damn right. So I can't believe it is almost 9 o'clock already. So I'm gonna hang out. I'll hang out for as long as there's more questions or anything that you guys want to talk about. I've gotten all of my points out, so my soul feels great right now. And this is gonna be the unofficial break. If 9 o'clock, I don't know if Grey's Anatomy is premiering tonight or if that's at 10 o'clock, but I know if you gotta get at 9 o'clock, you gotta go pee, refill the drink, and then get on the couch. Yep, that's fine. But Scandal's not starting till next week, so I'm free. So let me take this extra time, since people are still here, and talk about shifting a common question, not having to do with what I talked about today, but a common question is, how do you get past when your body isn't changing anymore, when you're in that rut and you hit that plateau? And how often should you change? I truly believe in that the simplest health and fitness advice is the best. And the really worrying about the details of a specific time, a place, a specific exercise, that is best left to the individual and someone to help that individual. So I know I've naturally taken a bunch of classes, maybe like 3 or 4 months. Then sometimes I just switch up, my work schedule changes, so I go and I try another class. I would say a couple times a year, maybe change it up with the seasons. That might be a good, quick and easy way to start is, in the winter, if it's colder, maybe you'll come inside, use the erging machine, and do some running or some cardio indoors. But then when it's nice in the spring and summer, I love going for a walk. So I will be outside walking all over Manhattan in flats, thank God. So that's how mine changes, but I'm not going to be walking as much when it's freezing outside. So maybe I'll pick up some dance classes in. So I think that's definitely a good rule of thumb, is changing with the seasons. And if you want to do it sooner than that, great. And if there's an activity that you don't want to give up, don't give it up. You don't have to. So many people, you guys are at the gym not because you're trying to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. You just know it's what you should do, and you're trying not to have a heart attack at 45. So therefore, you don't need to go ham all damn day. Now, if you have specific goals that you're trying to reach, that is a totally different story. But the vast majority of people at the gym, you're just trying to live your best life. And therefore, if you find something you like, stick with it. There's no need to give it up. Maybe change the length of the activity that you do or the repetitions or something like that, but you don't need to suddenly find a new gym and do all this other extraness. Stick with what you like. Great question from Michelle here. How often do you suggest having a cheat day? At least once a week. At least once a week. Common thing people see, like the weekends of a black hole on MyFitnessPal. Ooh, burger time, Michelle. We're toasting burgers. I'm already plotting a trip to Five Guys on Saturday after I teach all these classes. Cheat days, people, I said the word cheat day. I think I'd like to modify that slightly. I don't want you to spend 6 days a week, trying to eat perfectly, and then when you get to that 7th day, you have 8 million calories and just screw up what you did the entire rest of the day, or the rest of the week, excuse me. So sometimes I think about a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. At some point during the week, I don't have to log it into MyFitnessPal. Or for those of you who aren't tracking and counting your macros, you don't have to Excuse me, shit, sorry. You don't have to give a damn. You don't. Not if you don't want to. So that's fine. If you don't want to do it all one day, you want to spread it out, that's cool. If I am working towards 75% eating with a conscience and not restrictive, but just making smarter decisions about what I'm eating, and then 25% is diva. This is part of the 25% diva. Things like this is where like your cheat meals and stuff come in. And this is also a personal thing. So some people, some people want to have it all in one day. Some people want to have it, spread out during the week. I usually start getting a little funky around Saturday afternoon, and then Monday I come back and get my life together again. Ooh, yes, burger time. Oh, I see something else from Jillian here. Let's show this question. How do you recommend dealing with the negativity students put out on other students as an instructor? I try to be a positive force as a newbie pole instructor, and for the most part, everyone follows along, but occasionally there seems to be no stopping students from being negative and affecting other students. So, Jillian, this is a great question, and one that, and you see right at the top of the window here, the current topic. Oh, I just noticed that. Sorry, I'm thinking about things that I'm going to do for next time. I'll have like my 4 points up top. Anyway, so again, reality is you could be Little Miss Sunshine, but if you have some douchebags in your class, no matter what it is, they're going to be douchebags. And as much as you can, try to either quarantine those douchebags, so make both of them partners, and they can just sit and just be douchebags by themselves over there. But I think more than that, taking time in class to highlight the positives that people are doing, that's really what's going to go far. So many times, I stop the class and I say, guys, this is an amazing example. This person right here, look at how much her toe is pointed. Look at how her back is straight. And even if they're not doing it perfectly, I changed up. It's still, people love being recognized for their hard work. I always throw some love to my older West Indian women who are with me at Crunch Crown Heights. Maybe they're not doing all the jumping full-out burpees that we're doing, but hey, they're there, and their attitude is amazing. So I will stop the class and I will say, look at this groove right here. And rather than draw more attention to the negative, I try and give as much of that attention to the spotlight and the positives that are going on. And in extreme cases, if someone, let's say someone literally says something that is shaming or damning or just an asshole comment to someone else, check a bitch. Check that, let them know that is not acceptable in your class. You don't need to do that in front of everyone, so you don't embarrass that person, even if they deserve it. You can pull them to the side afterwards or during something else, but that you've got to let that know. Just like if someone pulled out a cell phone in the middle of class, I wish I had to get crazy for a few weeks. I was like, oh, people. I'm not standing in the front of this room to watch you text your friend, man, this class is hard. Bitch, put your phone down. In the same way that, and I've had to get in people's faces in a nice joking way, but I was dead serious. Put your phone down. In that same vein, you have got to make that known in your class that that is not accepted. Now, instead of going after individual people, if you see that this is an overall bigger topic and a bigger issue, then definitely go send out a Facebook message in the next newsletter of the gym, in some other kind of public forum like that. Maybe say, hey, thanks for all this positive energy. We want to make sure if anybody has a problem with something, tell us. If you try and make yourself open. I know that's kind of idealistic advice, quite honestly, And sometimes for me that's worked and sometimes it hasn't. But generally, what I've noticed is you may have to say the same thing for a few weeks in a row, but after that, you will never have to say it again. That's what it is. I haven't had a cell phone in like 4 months of my class. Awesome. All right, guys. Unless there's any last little bit of questions or comments here, I think I have talked your ear off. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Michelle. How often will you be doing these casts? Very uplifting. Thank you so much. The answer is I have absolutely no idea. I'm part of a young entrepreneurs group where we get together once a month and we just try and give each other basically pep talks and different ways of going about business. So this was an idea that came from a number of different people, other entrepreneurs who said, you know what, you should do some kind of webcast or something. So I just set the date and I said, I'm not sure, but I'm going to try and do it to get myself started. And I'm so glad that I did this. And now that I've done this, I have to think about, I want to move forward smart. I'm thinking maybe having, maybe doing a free one every few weeks, maybe once a month. And then once I get more comfortable speaking to myself into a computer, I would eventually maybe like to do a series of workout videos. So those of you who are across the country or across a passport somewhere and can't rock with Roz the Diva right here in person, you'll have a chance to still experience my class. And we'll go at a slower pace where I explain all the movements that we're doing and give you time to do that. And that will be on a paid or subscription service. That is an idea that I had last night, so I have no details. I have no idea when that's going to happen, but that's definitely something that I'd like to do, especially if it's something where people can take advantage of this on their own time. So it's not, if you can't make this webcast, for example, this isn't like the last time I'm going to have this or your only option. I want to make it available. And also, if anybody wants to come back and listen to this, it's going to be on the Spreecast website for free for the next 3 days. And then after that, it'll still be there, but you have to pay for it. I don't know how much. I'll probably pay for my own copy for one because I have a free account, but so that's what I'm thinking. What I would love from you all is blow this up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the invite. Please follow me, Roz the Diva. That's everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, the whole shebang, Roz the Diva. I want to hear what was helpful. I want to hear times when I was rambling. I really need you guys to make this future project a success. I had a great time tonight, and this actually went really well. So it's definitely something I want to keep going, but I need you to help build this up with me. Also, as a part of that squad and that help that if anybody is looking for, right here, right here. There's a reason why I'm talking about all these things because as a fitness professional, this is what my clients come to me with. I want to help you get past these things. I want to show you how to use machines. I want to show you how to do proper technique in everything that we break down. And more than that, I want you to walk away from my class or our private session together feeling like $1 million. Even if you didn't finish everything, I don't care how long it takes. That is my goal. It's nothing else. When you succeed, I succeed. Anything less than that, no, I won't accept it for myself. So, all right, guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you, love you, love you. Thank you for all this love, all this chat. I love this chat here. And stay tuned. I'll do this again sometime. Not sure when. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good night. And you're welcome, Jillian. Michelle, I love you too. Courtney, you're very welcome. Oh, hey, Alyssa. Yeah, you're very welcome. Oh, Amy. I love my DC fam. Who else is on here? We have some other. Oh, great job. Oh, thanks, Bob Jones. I don't know if my mom's on. I feel like, I don't know. I'll remind her later. Anything else? All right, guys. Love ya. Bye.